Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to look at the Yoda line from 2013, a line that I absolutely love.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mando number 5.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, Mando number 5, and I'm Keith Guppy. So welcome to episode number 23 in my figure focus line series, where I look at all the modern Star Wars 3 3/4 lines that have been launched from 1995. And this week, we're looking at the Yoda Cardback line, which was launched in 2013. Now, I've been holding back doing this line because I did a video of this line right at the start of my YouTube journey about 7 months ago. And I did that because it is probably my favourite Cardback line. And this is why. I just love the Yoda, the swirl effect on the side, the bright green colours, the green going back in the background. I just really love the line. It has got some pretty cool figures. The line was split into two halves. One was the movie heroes, which had the original characters, and there was 9 of those. And then there was 9 Clone Wars characters, which are really cool. And that's probably where most of the value is in the line. So overall, we had 18 figures, a few ships, class 1 and class 2 vehicles, but quite a small line, but I really love it. So as always, stay tuned to the end when I'll tell you how much you have to spend to get this whole line and how many figures or ships that I need to get and what I need to spend to complete it. As always, if you're enjoying the channel, please hit the like button and please subscribe if you want to see more, and keep firing in your comments. They're really useful and there's some great knowledge out there. Some stuff I don't even know, so just keep chucking it in. So before we look at the top 5 most expensive figures from the line, let's have a little closer look at the couple or 2 or 3 Cardback variants you can get. So here is the Canadian stroke American Cardback for the movie heroes. I'll put a picture up of the European one. It's got a lot more text on the front. The back's slightly different. This gives it away on here, as it says on here. You can't read it. It says site not intended for Quebec residents under 13, and it's got about Canada down here. So I'm pretty sure this was the American and Canadian release, and all my movie heroes are of that geography. So whether the European movie hero ones were a little bit rare, I'm not sure, but I've got exact opposite in the Clone Wars, which I'll show you in a minute. Now, as I said earlier on, this is probably my favourite line, and everyone goes, well, why is that? But I really love these. I love the fact, I know it's a bit gimmicky, but they have got light up functions, which is pretty unique to the line. It was in the Darth Maul line that preceded this as well. But you can see here, if I go like that, you can see Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber light up. And I think that's really cool. Yeah, I'm easily pleased, I guess. Yeah, so that they did. So in terms of light up, they did Anakin. They did the Sand Trooper, which is pretty cool because if you press his belly button area, the gun, you can see the gun. There we go. The gun lights up as well, which is pretty cool, and that is absolutely unique. I don't think there's any other guns that light up in all the modern collecting line of figures, or any figures, to be honest. So that's pretty cool. I think the Sand Trooper one is quite rare. Although all the movie hero ones you can probably get for maximum 25 quid each. Some of them are less than that, maybe a tenner, some of them. So yeah, and then the third one is Darth Maul. This one's graded AFA 9. I'm pretty sure they've labelled this wrong, because this label says European card, and on the back it clearly says Quebec. It's Canada there, so we think even they got mixed up because it's bits of French on here, and I think even they've got mixed up. But if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. So yeah, that's the movie heroes line, and only one of them features in the top 5 most expensive figures, which I'll show you in a minute.
I also found this Japanese card, which I've never seen before. I'm not sure if that was the whole line done, but it's clearly a very specialist Japanese card. You can see on the front the Japanese writing, and on the back they've got a Japanese sticker. So again, another line.
So I think the 9 Clone Wars figures were a bit more exciting, actually, and I'll just quickly show you the difference between the Clone Wars and the movie Heroes, effectively what you had like a gold border down the bottom, and the movie Heroes was green. So that was the main difference. These are different. These are different country card backs, so I can't really compare like that. But with the Clone Wars, I seem to have all the European ones and not the American/Canada ones. I'll put a picture up of the American Canada ones, and I believe the MH number is or the CW numbers are prominent on the front of the packaging here. This is definitely a European release. It's got all the different languages, all the European countries: Poland, Denmark, France, Italy. So these are definitely the European versions. But Darth Maul's pretty cool. Pretty cool figure as well. But as I said, the top 5 most expensive figures of this line are all the Clone. I think 4 of them are Clone Wars figures, so that's pretty cool. And then they're obviously they're a bit cartoony from the animated series, and you've got Anakin here, and then you've got Obi-Wan Kenobi. Slightly different sculpts that we've seen elsewhere when these figures have been released. So yeah, but I do really like the gold again with the Yoda background. I think the cards are really cool. Inside they also had like a little Fighter Pods leaflet for the Fighter Pods game you could get with it, but I've never played that. But if anyone has, put it in the comments. So let's have a look at the top 5 most expensive figures of this line. And there's only 18 figures, but I think this one's really cool. This is obviously Jango Fett. Really looks cool on this card. This is a graded AFA 85. It's a European version. No, it's not. You see, again, they've actually labelled it as European sticker version, but I don't know. I think this is Canada, unless we're talking about that. Yeah, there's a European sticker there, so maybe they did that as well. And so it's quite confusing. But again, if anyone knows for sure, let me know. But yeah, that's a pretty cool figure. That would probably cost you about £25, £30, and that's probably the most expensive one of the movie Heroes line. That's MH06, that one. So that's number 5. And then a really cool that I love. I love this figure, Savage Operus. What a great looking figure. Looks great with the yellows and the gold front. Really nice. This one's graded UKG 90. So a really nice example. Really love that. And obviously got the Europe. It's on the Europe. This is definitely on the European card, but UKG haven't mentioned that on the label. But really good. You want to get that figure, you probably have to spend 35 quid, maybe 40 quid. So you're just creeping up a little bit. Probably 35 actually for that. Obviously graded, it'll be a lot more. And then you've got 2 commanders. You've got Clone Commander Cody. Really cool version. It's got like his backpack with the guns on it. There you go. Really cool version with the guns sticking out there. A lot of people are after this one. Really like it. Commander Cody. He would cost you about 40 quid, maybe 45 quid on this card back. So reasonably expensive. And then almost the same price, maybe slightly more, is Captain Rex. Good old Captain Rex. Been produced many a times. Nothing too special about that. I think the Gatling gun has been in other card backs. But pretty cool, really cool. And then number 1, and probably a standout, and most of you know this, is the 501st Legion Clone Trooper. The only iteration they did of this style Clone Trooper, very sought after. Now probably about £70, but I remember a few years ago when you would get paying double for these. Again, you can get, a lot of collectors get the American version where you've got the bigger CW06 on the front, or just the European version. But yeah, very sought after even now. But you probably have to spend about 60 quid to pick one up now, and that's probably the most expensive. Well, that is definitely the most expensive figure of this line. They didn't do many vehicles in this line, but I think the vehicles they did are pretty special, and they are mostly very unique. A couple were done in different liveries, but this one, for instance, the MTT Droid Fighter, never appeared in any films, but really unique vehicle. This one is graded UKG 90. I think you'd be hard pressed to probably find another one graded, because I'm a bit mad like that. But a really cool, unique vehicle. Would look great by a sort of droid army. It actually fits in, believe it or not, deploys from the MTT, which is really, really cool if you look there. And I didn't know that until I was doing a bit of research and noticed this. But I think that's really, really cool, launching out the back. A really nice feature. You see the clone battle droid fits in there. Sorry, the battle droid fits in there. Really cool, but a really nice, unique ship you can only get in this line. That one there, you probably pick him up, not graded, for about £30-40. That one. And then you've got 501st Legion attack dropship. Again, I think they did a red one in one of the other lines, but this is the 501st version. So for you troop builders out here, you collect your 501st Legion stuff, then you need a few of these. I think, yeah, and again, very unique. It's cool because the figures hang below it. So it's like a little mini dropship, which is a really, really cool feature. And they deploy from underneath. So really nice, and it changes shape as well. You can have it in a fight mode or trooper deploy mode, which is really, really cool. So, yeah, for you builders out there, you need a few of these. And that would probably cost you about £50, probably. 40 or £50. All these green Yoda ones are quite expensive, believe it or not. And then you've got probably my favourite Jedi fighter. Again, another reason why I love this line. You've got Yoda's little mini Jedi attack fighter, which is really cool. You can only, again, get it with this line. There it is there. I'm not sure what the droid is. For those out there, if you know the droid, maybe Adam Long, you might know the droid, but it's only the top of the droid. But if you know that one, let me know in the comments, mate. But real cool pack. Nothing too great about the two figures, but the ship is very, very unique to this line. And there it is on the back. It's got two modes. I think the guns come out, which is really, really cool. And there you can see you've just got the droid. It actually says compatible with droid factory figures, so you can put any head in there that for the droid factory, obviously. So that's pretty cool. This one here would cost you probably about £70, £60-70. So quite expensive, but it is a very unique fighter. And then lastly, the most expensive one, probably not my favourite. I like the Yoda's fighter, but this one here, you do get a TX-21 tactical droid, which is unique with this set, and I think the 501st ARF Trooper is as well, which is bumping up the price. And then you've obviously got the ATRT. It's really, really nice set. Again, very unique to this line. To get this, you would probably be looking at about £80 at the moment, £70-80. So quite expensive for a smaller type vehicle, for a Class 1 vehicle. Pretty expensive. So yeah, that's all the Class 1 vehicles. Let's have a look at the Class 2s. So they only produced 3 Class 2 vehicles, which are slightly bigger than the Class 1s, and they're just boxed. There's no clear plastic on the front of them. Bit disappointing, a bit lazy, I think. This is where the line lets itself down a little bit in terms of what they produce. So this is the Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, produced many times. So they produced that one. Nothing special about that, I'm afraid, but there it is. But I still like the packaging. I think the packaging's great. I really do like the packaging. But let us know what you think in the comments. And then again, a bit lazy, they produced a Jango Fett's Slave 1. Again, it's been produced in other lines as well, mission series and stuff like that. A very small version. There it is, the distinctive blue. They did a Boba Fett one, which is exactly the same mould, firing missiles and bits and pieces. But again, I think a bit lazy, but I think again, he looks great on there. It looks quite green on there, but looks really cool, really cool. And they're both that one and the Jedi Starfighter, you can probably pick up for 30, probably, was it about £30? Yeah, about £30. So that's that. But the one that really stands out is the Republic fighter tank in the red livery. I think the red livery is unique. You can get the a blue livery one. You can get, I think you can get a green livery one, but this is the red livery one, the smaller version. You can get a red one, which is the remote control version, but that's quite a lot bigger to fit in all the remote control bits and bobs. But this isn't remote control, so this is pretty unique. There he is. I think he's on Felucia in the background. So this sort of boosts the line a little bit with this tank. But this would cost you probably about 100 quid, maybe 80, 90, 100 pounds. So very sought after, hard to get. I prefer the blue version because that goes with your 5 First Army. But there you go. That's the fighter tank, which is the most expensive vehicle. So when I was doing my research into this line, I found a mock-up or a prototype of what a figure could look, and that was Admiral Trench. And Admiral Trench was in many Clone Wars episodes. He was a real protagonist, and it shows you what these other figures could look like. And the Yoda line was only very short; it was cancelled, which is a shame. But I'll just show you this picture because it looks great. I think it shows you what could have been possible if they extended the line. Now this was CW11. Bearing in mind they only went up to 09, so there might be another 10 out there, or there might be a few more. But anyone sees any of and knows of them, or if they've been produced by customs people, then let me know because I think they look really cool. So the time's come. Let's look at how much it would cost you to get the Yoda line from 2013. It's quite a small line, as I said. It consists of the Clone Wars figures, the movie heroes figures. There are only 18 of those. So based on eBay values, and as I've said before in other videos, I do go into eBay in a lot of detail. I do a lot of research to find out the historical sales price of these figures. So to get all 18, you'd have to spend about £444, which equals about £24.66 per figure. That's quite a high figure rate if you compare some of my other videos. But I'll let you go back and look at those. And then moving on to the Class 1 and Class 2 vehicles, there was just 7 of those, but again they're quite pricey. So to get all 7 you'd have to spend about £400, which would come to £57 and 14p each. And leading the way there is the armoured tank, the Republic armoured tank. So what does that give you as a grand total? It's a very small line, so it's not going to be a really big number, but it comes to £844 to get the line. Now, I've only done one card pack type, so I've only took either the Canadian card backs, the American or Canadian card backs, or the European card backs. I haven't doubled them up. So just to get one set of every figure would cost you £844. Now, thankfully, I've got all the figures. I haven't got all the both sets of figures from the different geographies. As I said already, I've got for the Clone Wars line, I've got the European versions, and then from the movie heroes, I seem to have the Canadian and American releases. So that's what I've got. Whether the other card backs are slightly more expensive, they might be, but it shouldn't make much difference. So there you have it, £844. So again, thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you back soon. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mando number 5.